just take a quick break between making videos and editing because there's, I obviously what I do, so lots of people ask me questions and some come up quite a lot, so obviously I'm here to answer some of them. Some of them that obviously people just recently asked, I thought obviously since I'm doing answering questions I thought I might open out. There's quickly something I want to address first. Obviously quite a few people have talked to me. This is the first, last and only time I'll ever mention this and cover this, so please listen up. Obviously I've had people are talking about milsim gamer and how apparently he's saying less than nice things about me apparently. I haven't watched the videos, but obviously other people have told me about it. And I just really want to clear this up and end it now. Here's some history, cast your minds back. Obviously I made my first milsim training video. I'm thinking about doing a remake for that actually. But yeah, obviously I uploaded that first. Milsim Gamer approved. I thought, oh wow, this guy, a guy who makes mainly milsim videos liked it. It must be good. So obviously time passes, blah blah blah. Obviously, loads of guys move on to Xbox One. I'm deciding whether to do freelance on 360. I'm looking at other groups and things like that. I eventually, obviously, someone asked me a question about the video. I go back to have a look at it. I see his comment. Quickly go have a look at one of his milsim Games videos. I saw in the video he wanted some. He said he wanted more guys to join the team. And I thought, oh, well, I haven't got a team at the moment. These guys seem to know, do things a lot more often. And obviously I went onto his account on Xbox Live and I tried to add him, but it wouldn't let me. So I put a post comment saying, could you please add me, and then I can try and help out. And then he obviously misconstrued this and started having a go at me. Obviously I'll probably post a link to my training video before. And then obviously I'll post another one saying the video that obviously the comment took place. And then obviously, I don't know, and then from then on, since I don't know, he disliked me. Because then, later on, this is why I have no idea why he dislikes me or anything like that. I mean, I have nothing against him. But obviously later on, he then obviously then told that his group had collapsed because they didn't have a server. So then I went out of my way to find him Wicked Deadshot and ask him if while his team's not using the server, could he use it? So I was just helping out, and all I've done is help out. They still seem to have an issue with me. So personally, I don't know. I think that obviously, we should both. I'm not going to waste any more time on this. This is why I'm just quickly doing this couple of minutes of video on it. And beginning of this video on it, and then that's it. I'm not mentioning it ever again. Personally, I would think that because obviously I was told by a fan of his and mine, because obviously he saw on his subscription thing, and then came to talk to me because he was a fan of me as well. So obviously I think that for the fans of both of us, we should just let this be. Spend more or less trying to make more videos and make better videos. Personally, I don't see any reason. I just wish you the best. milsim Gamer, have a nice life, bing bam boom. Anyway, that's all the time I'm going to spend on that subject. Anyway, moving on. On the subject of questions, this is a funny one. Obviously, here is my Steam name, okay? So, every time I join TF2 into a server, that name will show. Every single time I ask the same two questions. The first one I can kind of understand why you'd ask it. The second one I just don't get anyway. But first one is obviously, are you recording? That one I can kind of understand, you might want to ask that. But obviously most of the time on TF2 I don't tend to record pubs, unless I'm doing a montage or something. But I haven't done a TF2 montage in ages. And then obviously the second one I get asked, which is the funny one, which is, what is your YouTube channel called? Now, obviously, GameCam YouTube would probably, you could get a probable guess that my channel's name is GameCam. But, oh well, who knows. I thought it was funny. Anyway, moving on. Questions, recording gear. Obviously, I'm going to give you a tour of my setup for both rooms at the moment. Alright, so here's my gaming setup in the conservatory. Obviously, the beautiful TV here. Obviously, if you go over here, here's all the good stuff. The glorious Xbox 360, which is hooked up to the Rocco game cam thing, which is a blue light thingy here. Obviously, I press this button here to switch between the TV, because obviously right now it's showing me the PC setup here. So obviously, I press this button here. So obviously, I go over here, I press the thing here. The light changes, and then we're on the Xbox 360 screen. Obviously, there's a computer here, speakers here, obviously tablet there. Obviously, we've got speakers all around, for speaker stuff. So obviously, that's the setup in the study. I mean, the conservatory. Let's go over to the setup in the study. Not to be confused. Hey, boys and girls. Here's obviously the setup I've got in the study. Obviously, main TV here, showing a bit of Futurama. Obviously speakers, surround sound speakers again, main PC, keyboard and mouse and things like that, so you can pop it on your lap. So obviously I can come sit down in my lovely chair here and have all the keyboards in front of me and things like that. Obviously subwoofer, obviously sweet, here's the hoppage which does all the recording. It's this little box here with the blue light. You can't really see it because the lighting in this room is terrible. I don't know why the camera's so dark, but yeah, there's the Xbox One, then there's the PC, the main PC, and then there's the Skybox, obviously the speaker there. But that's obviously the hoppage for here. I've got the Rocco game cam for the other room. Obviously here's my corner PC where I do my editing on obviously my Xbox 360 games, and obviously my Xbox One games tucked on top of it. Obviously more Xbox 360 games, some PC games and things like that. Obviously then I've got my computer down there. Got my gaming keyboard and mouse, obviously gaming mouse as well, and obviously I've got this is a temporary headset. I'm getting a new one. Obviously, next question is, what's my favourite game? My favourite game is hard. It's really hard to tell. Obviously, I think I love some of my favourite games. I'm just going to name a couple off the top of my head to suit this question. Obviously, I'm doing a more long-winded like gaming thing, like sort of gaming biography sort of thing. Basically, whenever I have free time, because some people keep asking me things. So obviously, quite a lot of these questions I'm asking now, I only give quickly vague things, but obviously I'll speak to more detail in the when I upload that onto my blog. Obviously, games. Obviously, Resistance series. I love Battlefield. I love Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Army of Two. Red Dead Redemption. Captain America game was pretty good. Obviously, some of the Batman games. I mean, I'm more of an action shooter guy. I mean, Uncharted was amazing. I loved Uncharted. There's loads of games like that I love. Favourite movie? Obviously, I'm just gonna look at my DVD rack. Here's my DVD setup. I have quite a lot of favourite films. These are just the ones I have on DVD, by the way. So obviously, I've got even more. Anyway, moving on. But obviously, I'm just going to say a couple of my favourite films. Obviously, I'm more of an action kind of guy. I prefer more. I like the like funny one-liner 80s ones, but I also like the gritty ones. So like, I love Last Action Hero, which is like the comedy 80s one, but I also like the gritty ones like John Wick, Dredd, and things like that. I mean, Dredd I loved because I'm a huge comic book fan, and I was basically Dredd is my role model. He was, when I was growing up, he was the top, so I loved him so much. And obviously he became basically my role model, and I've always tried to aspire to be like Dredd. Which I don't think the comic book members intended that, but oh well. Favourite milsim? That's a tough one. But so I'm not really going to answer. I'd say there's lots of good milsim groups out there. I'd say that if I had a milsim group, then it probably wouldn't be that one. But obviously there's quite a lot of good ones out there, so I don't think I can answer that question, I'm sorry. Why don't you make your own group? Obviously, I don't. This is one I get asked a lot. One, I don't have the time. I'm too busy. Obviously, I'm quickly taking a couple of minutes out here to quickly make this question and answer video. Obviously, I'm constantly busy doing things, and obviously coming into Christmas time especially. so I don't really have time for it, especially not to get to the standard, because if I was going to do it, I would want to really concentrate on putting loads of time into training and organising and coming up with tactics and things like that. So obviously that's why I do a lot of work with other groups where the leader can do all the sort of day-to-day stuff, and then I can come in when I do have free time to help out. And I do quite enjoy that. Obviously, second point is the fact that I do not have the cash to spare for a rent-a-server, and I'm not going to ask anyone else to rent a server for me. That's one of the things I just, like, sometimes people make donations on there, ask for donations on their channels, and I'm not going to do that. I think that, obviously, if you watch here, I don't expect to pay. There's no microtransactions here on this channel. You watch it for free. I'm not expecting any donations or anything like that. Obviously one group offered me money to record them, but I said no, obviously I'll do it for free, because I do this for fun, I don't do this for money. There's nothing like that. Obviously, and then last but not least, obviously there's a lot of other good groups out there, so I don't think me making a group would really change a lot. I don't think anyone would, leave their group to rush over to mine. I'd say I'm good, but I don't say I'm that good. Obviously, moving on. Where's the top 10 gone? People are asking. Xbox One killed it is my simple answer. But basically, as you can see here, I cannot make it full screen. It only fits like half the screen. Like, would you want to watch it? I'm asking this honestly. This is a question for you guys. Would you want to watch it if it only covered half the screen? To be honest with me, would you watch that? I don't know. Obviously. So that's why I just haven't been making them, because I just can't make them full screen, as I make them every week. I've been making them every week, it's just I can't make it full screen. So would you guys mind if it wasn't full screen? I thought you guys wouldn't like it if it was full screen. Obviously, that's that one. Can you count a potato? Let me just say. Cabbage, radish, carrot, beetroot, potato? I think. Obviously, I'm very, my agricultural maths has slightly gone a little awry since, obviously, my good old days in the country. I'm still in the country, but I don't do as much country stuff as the country. So I go a lot more sea. A sea boy more now, a sea boy. Anyway, how did you become so successful on YouTube? I'll let you know when I get there. I can say it's 118, I'm seriously not successful. I just happen to, it's just dumb luck, I think. That's why I was very suspicious when someone said they were a huge fan of mine. I was like, I can't have any fans, let alone a huge one. This must be an imposter. So, I don't know. Moving on. Favourite Fallout 4 gun? Obviously I played Fallout a bit now. Obviously I've only uploaded a couple of parts, but I've been playing it while I've not been recording it, since obviously the recording system bugged up. So obviously I'd say my gun I use the most probably has to be the Righteous Authority, the one that Paladin Dance gives you, because I've just got so much value out of that. I mean, I've used that so much. But I'd say my favourite gun has to be, because my character's Clint Eastwood and I'm a fan of revolvers, I think it has to be Kellogg's pistol, because I think that's a pretty freaking sweet revolver, and I always try to use it when I can. So that's probably my favourite Fallout gun. Ever thought about doing clan spotlights on some of the communities you work with? Short answer, I would if I could. Obviously, I do talk to a lot of groups and try to allow me to record stuff for them, but some of them just don't. Some of them are worried they're going to be, they're more secretive, or they're just not interested. I don't understand particularly why. I mean, some groups seem more interested in recording than others. Obviously, some are just shy, or some just don't want to stay undercover or whatever. So obviously, if they did let me, I would. Is my last question. Obviously, if groups want me to. If their groups don't mind me recording, they can get in touch, or I'll get in touch with them or whatever, and we can try and sort some stuff out. Obviously, if I could do clan spotlights, I would. Short answer. Moving on. Favourite band? That's obviously a hard one. Obviously, I am a... favourite bands, I think, have to be, so name off the top of my head, I've got loads, but obviously naming off the top, I like a wide variety of music, but mainly like blues, alternative rock, jazz sort of thing. Just remember a wide variety of bands I like, obviously Muse, Foo Fighters, Blackstone Cherry, Joe Bonamassa, B.B. King, Eric Clapton, things like that. Obviously Linkin Park a bit, because obviously I'm Coldplay, because I'm a white guy, so I've got to like Coldplay. Things like that, obviously, list that goes on and on and on. Audio Slave, things like that. What I'd say is, obviously, I made a playlist of my favourite music. I keep adding to that whenever I get a chance. I'll add to it. More and more songs I like. So I recommend you go check that out, because I know that quite a lot of people actually really like the songs that I find and I play. So I recommend you go up to my playlist and you go out and check your favourite music out and give that a listen. Anyway, moving on. What got you into gaming and YouTube? Obviously, again, I will expand a lot on this on my when I upload the gaming biography thing onto my blog. But obviously, I'll give a quick rundown. Obviously, I bought a PS1 when I was very young, and obviously, I freaking loved it. I mean, I got to play as Spider-Man and beat people up. How's that not awesome? You got to escape from your normal life into a world where you can do, you know, all kinds of cool stuff that you just couldn't do before, and obviously at that time the graphics were mind-blowing. I would say that Spider-Man was a really good game. Obviously I played it so much when I first got it that I actually got blisters on my fingers, and my fingers, like the skin on my thumbs, were gone. So obviously I played it a lot, and obviously YouTube I got into because obviously I did awesome moments and there was no one to appreciate it, obviously. So I couldn't record, so I thought I'd record, and obviously when I started recording I realised obviously there's no one else to see it, so obviously I put it on YouTube, and obviously that's why I started getting to YouTube. Also because I was running out of stuff to watch while I was having my lunch, so obviously I wanted more stuff to watch while I was having my lunch, and obviously everyone finds themselves funny, so obviously that's why I do that. Moving on, does the heart shot work in Battlefield? Obviously, I always, in hardcore, shooting for the mass always works, your centre of mass. On hardcore it's probably a pinnacle, you know, most snipers tend to go for centre of mass in hardcore. Obviously you can go for headshots if you're ballsy and want to make sure they stay dead. Obviously, you know, it's usually a better bet to go centre of mass, and obviously if you can get them in the heart then obviously extra points. But I think that generally how Battlefield works, the torso itself is obviously, you know, I think the centre of the torso may have different take different health damage from the rest of it, but I think generally it's the same, you know, across most of the torso, whether it's the heart or not, to answer that question. Moving on, when are you getting GTA 5 for Xbox One? Probably never. I've got it on 360. It's good. I like it. I really, if it was much cheaper, I probably would get it for Xbox One. But I don't think there's really, you know, there's not much going on it on Xbox One from what I'm seeing. Not many people are playing it at the moment, so I don't think it's really worth it. I'd rather save my money and buy like Rainbow Six Siege or something like that. Obviously, I need to save my money for Christmas coming up. Which comes us on to our next question, which is, what are your plans for Christmas? Honestly, I have no idea. Obviously, I was thinking about maybe doing, you know, sort of different things. Obviously, what is it? TF2 does Christmas events. Battlefield has a lot of snow maps, so I could do some snow map gameplay or something. We could do like a snow op or something, or some ops on a snowy map. So I'll probably do a couple of videos coming onto it. So I'll probably do a TF2 one, and I'll probably also do a milsim where, you know, maybe do a milsim operation in the snow or something like that. And then maybe do some other stuff as well. Obviously I've got a couple of more games as well. But what I might do is I might try and have a word with a couple of other YouTubers. Maybe we can do like a big... Because obviously Christmas is time to come together and have fun. So obviously I might try and get some other... I might try and do my first, like, working with another YouTuber thing. I don't know. I'll have to have a word. Obviously if any of you are interested, please contact me again. Favourite Battlefield map? That's a tough one. Obviously, I think I'm going to break it down. Bad Company 2 would have to be the Valpricia. Oh no, actually, Ah, it's a hard one. I like the, I forgot what his name is, the autumn map with the islands, where you go with the Blackhawks from the islands to islands. They did, I've forgotten what the name is, I'll probably put the name up there when I actually go around to editing it and I can look it up. But obviously that's one of my favourite battle from Bad Company. I think for Battlefield 3 it has to be Caspian Border, and for Battlefield 4 obviously I don't think I'm allowed to have Caspian Border again. So I'd say that my second favourite map on that one would probably be Gulf of Oman. Hint hint, wink wink. See what I did there? Because obviously I couldn't have it on Battlefield 3, so... second assault. Anyway, moving on to the last couple of questions here. Favourite rifle pistol combo, I assume you're talking about... my favourite assault rifle has to be, I think, the M416 for all the Battlefield games has probably been my favourite. Obviously, when it comes to carbines, my favourite carbine has to be the G36C, because it's British and it's a beastie gun. Well, sort of British people use it and it's a pretty beastie gun. I mean, I love the fire rate on it. And it's only to be accurate. Obviously, I'd like to quickly talk... obviously, pistols, I think it has to be the M9 or M9, because M90 or M1911 depends. Obviously, across for all the games, I've quite enjoyed both of them. They've all been really useful. Sniper rifle, I think my favourite sniper rifle has to be, I would say the M40, I think. For all the Battlefield games, the M40's always been a relatively stable gun. You know, obviously, I would, if it was earlier in Battlefield 3, I'd probably sell the L96, but then they basically take a huge dump on it on BF4. So obviously I've gone back to loving the M40 because the M40 throughout all the games has been relatively good standard rifle. I mean, it's relatively accurate, it's got good rate of fire, and you know, it's generally a good standard weapon. You know, it doesn't necessarily excel any bits. What's your name is the last question. Obviously I generally, you know, obviously it's Cameron, Game Cam. I'm sure a lot of you Sherlock Holmes amongst you have already figured that one out. Obviously the rest, obviously I'm sure you could probably figure out from, obviously any of my videos. I've probably mentioned my name quite a few times, so obviously I'll leave that for you guys to figure out. Obviously if you have any guesses, then obviously let me know. Anyway, any more questions? If you like this question video, obviously I know it went on for 20 minutes or more. You know, it's gone on for quite a long while. So if you have any more questions, I'll put them down, just message them to me, and I'll put them down in my little red book here, and I'll start. I'll make another question video one if you want. Obviously, if you have, you know, if you get in contact with me, if you have any questions and things like that. Obviously, I hope you enjoyed this video. Game came out. Have a nice day. Cheers.